So I made a few mistakes. I thought because the zipper package was this long that the zipper would be this long, but the zipper is very long, much longer than I need it to be. So I have to make a few adjustments. So when you buy it, pay attention to what size the zipper is. So I'm gonna have to go around. I wanted to just keep it like right near where this is and make it short because that's just safer. But if you do have to make adjustments, don't cut into seams like this because I figure that's gonna be harder and allow more rip. So I'm gonna find someplace smooth. I'll probably have to do here because there's no seam on it, and do that instead. Was I'm using this as a guide since I'm cutting over here, and I just made it so that I would cut way ahead of this because it's easy. If this is if this is not wide enough, I could always cut more, but I can't really replace the material, so I'm just being safe. And then here, this is where the sticker would be. This is where it would show, so I did again just to play it safe. I made it really close because I could always cut away, but I can't really replace the material. I inflated the bed to see how it would look because this is the part that you have to get right. And what happened is I found out it was a bit easier to get everything right with the bed inflated. So it's up to you, but I think that it's easier with the bed inflated. And if I bought the zipper the right length, this would be a lot easier, but since I bought it too long, I have to make it bigger. So I made sure that everything was in line, and you don't want to make this too wide because then your zipper won't cover it. So I made sure that the zipper did cover that. You're gonna use this to puncture it because if you do it while it's flat, you might actually puncture other layers. And you're just gonna dig in there while it's inflated, so that way you could avoid puncturing other layers. And you're just gonna dig right in there and to start the cut. I just did a quick cut right in here and right down there to start the cut. I'm gonna actually use the scissors to cut it. It's time to apply the glue. It says that the glue needs 24 hours to cure. So if you can hold on for 24 hours to make sure that you have a tight bond, I suggest that you do. The reason why I'm using glue instead of stitching is because this is rubber, and I'm afraid that the stitch might actually break it, because if you're laying on it, it's going to stretch and stretch and stretch, it might break it, so glue might be better. So to play it safe, I'm going to do the bottom first, and then I'm going to do the top. So that way, if something goes wrong, at least I could fix it. I applied the glue only to the bottom. You want to make sure the zipper side is up and the zipper is closed. Now that the bottom is done, I'm going to do the top. You want to avoid getting it on the zipper because you don't want to glue your zipper shut. So I'm just going to do a little bit here just to show you what I did. And then I take it and then I press it down. But I'll show you. Take the warning about having proper ventilation seriously, because I used this and I had a fan going, but I didn't have any windows or doors open, and actually set off carbon monoxide alarms. So please make sure you have a window or door open and a fan going when you use this. I didn't know that it would take 24 hours for the glue to cure, so I let it sit and didn't bother it for about 5 hours. And I know it's not cured yet, but what I'm hoping to do is once I fill it, the pressure would like press against the zipper and cause it to like even adhere even better. So that's what I'm hoping. Let's see what happens. So you want to take your fill and do that. So I have it opened enough to get it in. You don't want to open it too much because then it's going to be difficult to get out. And then you just kind of just pick up the bag and fill it in. But you want to keep this in there because if you don't, you're going to have stuff flying all over the place. But make sure the mouth of the bag is always in the zipper, so that way you could contain the mess. So I'm going to fill this now. this. So the sleeping bag has this in it, so it makes it a bit harder to fill. The way that I said before, to make sure that the spout's in there and then just tip the bag over and let it spill out, that way works, but I had a lot of spillage and I had to kind of like pick everything up and put it in here, and it was just harder. It took me like a good 45 minutes just to empty one bag in here, so I figured I have to find a different way to do it. By the way, if you're doing this, make sure there's no fan or window open, because you don't want any wind, because if you do have a spill, there's going to be beanbag filling all over the place. So one way that I found worked better than the other method was for me to put my hand like this, make sure this is closed around my wrist, and then go like that and scoop it in. And the reason why that worked better is because it allowed me more control over it, and it kind of like helps. And then when you get to this point, you just shake it a little bit down and then do that. I haven't found an easy way to do it, but find a way that works for you. Once the bag gets less full though, it gets harder. While filling it up, I accidentally caused this rip, and I didn't want to glue it right away. I'm gonna mend it because I started this and it ended up taking like over 3 hours just to get the beans in the bag. And so I just took like transparent packing tape and I put this over it, and I went to sleep hoping that it wouldn't bust out and I'd wake up with like filling all over the place, and it actually worked. Just as a temporary fix until the next morning, where I could get up and put the glue on and have the proper ventilation, which is a fan and an open door or window. So if you need to do that, this works temporarily. So I just wanted to point that out. I finished filling the mattress. It took, I put 5 in there, and it's pretty full. But now in the process, I made this hole by accident. So the patch that I used to get me through the night, this thing, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna actually put it under here to act like a patch, and then I'm gonna glue the leftover strip on top of it. That's the tape underneath. I put it underneath the zipper and I just close it up. This is the strip that I cut out to put the zipper in, and I'm just gonna take it and put it right on there to seal the rip. I have it on there, but I'm gonna hold it in place and press it down because it's kind of like shifting. So I'm gonna probably hold it down for a few minutes. The glue was underneath. I don't want to touch the glue with my hands, so I'm just gonna take a coffee stirrer and just like press it down a bit to make sure that it adheres better and flatter.